Hi, welcome to the Elixir Distillers stand. My name's Julie Hamilton. I'm brand ambassador at Elixir. Over the course of this week of the virtual whisky show, we will be talking to some of the best from the Scotch whisky industry. Today, I'm talking to Derek Mather from Artisan Restaurant, which is part of the Independent Whisky Bars of Scotland. Hi, Derek. How's it going?
I'm doing fine. How are you, Julie?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm all right, yes. So we've got a little dram to have together today.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. Slange. So, how's it going? How have you been?
It's been okay. Been quite steady. A wee bit quieter at the moment. Obviously, the way things are going at the moment, nobody knows what's happening. Just try to grin and bear it and get on with it. Sell whiskey, drink whiskey. Don't come to work with a hangover. Hangover cure.
The 3 rules, isn't it? That's it.
That's it. Now we just need to wait and see what happens. It's definitely a challenging time for everybody in the industry, whiskey-wise, restaurant-wise, pub-wise. I mean, straight across the board.
Yeah. It's having a big impact on everybody, isn't it? Tell us about Artisan Restaurant, Derek. You've got a fairly impressive selection of whiskey on those walls.
I can't even move the camera around to show people. At the moment we have, we've been open 12 and a half years now. And I used to work in lots of Scottish restaurants through the years, and it always used to annoy me that you could go into a nice restaurant, have a nice meal, want to have a dram at the end of it, and they'd have about 5, 6 or 7 drams as their choice, normally the old classics, on a plinth, and that was it. You could get it out of your normal supermarket. So when me and Fiona opened 12 and a half years ago, I had 60 bottles that we put on the bar, which is now grown to 3,500 bottles, dotted all around the restaurant. So fair reselection.
Yeah. So the restaurant's looking great behind you. You've obviously been doing a bit of decorating in lockdown there.
Yeah. Me and my dad were doing decorating during lockdown.
So the shelves that are behind you there, like that runs right round the whole restaurant, right?
Yeah, all around the restaurant, and we've got the snug area as well, which has now got 4 shelves, top to bottom. But in the snug, it's mainly independent bottlers, apart from Bruichladdich.
Of course, and it would be. We have to talk about that, don't we? Your Bruichladdich collection.
My slight fetish.
Some would say yes, absolutely. So, I think tell us about it. How many Valence sheets have you got? So, explain the Valence bottles at Bruichladdich first of all.
Valence cheese is the bottle you own when you go to the distillery. Obviously, they used to have 1 cask. They now have 2 casks, or they did have 2 casks before lockdown. Normally a Port Charlotte and a Bruichladdich. As far as we know, I'm the only one that has the full collection from the 1970 bottles from when they first opened, of all the official Valences that I've got on display in the restaurant. I think at last count there was about 180 different bottlings, which is a bit crazy.
And the labels are quite. They've done a series that there's a staff member on.
So up to staff number 50. So we're halfway through their staff, because I think they've got, at last count, they had 103 staff members for Bruichladdich between the Glasgow office and various dotted around the world.
Yeah, it's quite an impressive collection.
Thank you. No, I don't know if Fiona would say thank you, because it's her money that I'm spending. So.
Absolutely. No, I'm sure she's pretty proud of that collection as well. Underneath it all, she's proud of that collection as well.
Well, we'll see.
So how many bottles in total of Bruichladdich have you got? Not just the Valences, there's...
I think there is about 1,250 in the restaurant at the moment, all different. Not including what's at home, which is a bit crazy.
That's a lot of Bruichladdich.
It's a lot of Bruichladdich. It's a lot of Isla.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But you're definitely well recognised for it though, aren't you? They do look after you.
They do look after us, and obviously you've got the new October 11s that are coming out this month as well, so hopefully we'll be getting our hands on them. Sorry, not this month, 1st of August, I think, 1st of October they're coming out. Right,
excellent. So you'll have them for sale by the Dram in the restaurant then?
They'll be for sale by the Dram. I think we've got about 30 open to Octomores at the moment, including private casks as well.
My goodness, that is a lot.
A fair wee selection.
Absolutely. What's your, out of all of the whiskies that you have in the restaurant, what's your kind of standout star of the show that's kind of, I mean, you're out of?
Probably the ones that, obviously, I help run Friends of Bruichladdich Facebook page as well. So we've bottled our own casks for that as well. So we've had 2 micro provenances that we've acquired from Remy, and we're just about to release our 3rd one, which is slightly different. We've been keeping an eye on it for 2 years, but it's from Israeli wine casks. So it's basically it's a kosher wine. So, but it's an absolutely stunning dram. But 11-year-old, it's really, really good.
11. That was my next question. What age is it? So 11 years old?
11 years old.
That's excellent.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah. So how many people have you got that are in the group?
There's now just over 7,500 in the Friends of Bruichladdich. So it's quite a big group.
Not half. So with the Independent Whisky Bars of Scotland, you're part of a group of, it's 7 of you, isn't it, in total?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's a great wee group. So
do that again, sorry, I missed it.
It's a great wee group. We've had some really interesting bottlings as well, which a lot of our customers have really enjoyed. Obviously, with the Daft Mill, the Chichibou, Highland Park, all been really good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to Phil and Simon earlier on, and they were saying the same. What was the cask that's been your favourite that you've bottled under that label?
It's hard to choose. They've all been good. I like Highland Park. The Daft Mill was absolutely stunning. I've tried quite a few of Francis's stuff, but the cask that we got was really good. But it'd be nice to get a sherry one, but obviously I think Berry Brothers are keeping all the sherry ones to themselves, to be quite honest, and I would as well. But no, probably the Daft Mill. Daft Mill was really good.
The Daft Mill. And is it bringing people in that, like, these different whiskies, obviously people are seeking you out because they're getting to taste whiskies that they can't elsewhere? Is a thing that must be...
Yep, all the time. I can't talk today. It's Monday. We get quite a lot of people that come in. Obviously, they know that they've seen it on the Facebook page or the website, and they come in. They asked about the Daft Mill. They ask about the Chichibou. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the Chichibou left. That sold out very quickly, and it was reasonably priced as well at £15 a dram. The Daft Mill's priced at £10 a dram, but we kept some of those bottles back and kind of drip feed it in, put it out on the busy nights and stuff like that, unless somebody else is asking for it. But no, they all sell really well, and lots of, apart from obviously the last 5 or 6 months, we used to get a lot of foreign visitors as well, asking about them and saying that they can't make it up north, but they've been in Glasgow, so they've either been to Paul at the Bon Accord, or they come here to try some of the Independent Whisky Bars of Scotland drams.
Yeah, it's a nice group to try and get round everybody, isn't it? It would be a nice trip to do that. To get round you all.
Need to do a wee passport thing.
Absolutely. So do you, like, I understand that you're going to be bottling something else quite soon. Have you got any kind of wish? Have you got a wish list for what you would like?
For independent Whisky Bars of Scotland or personally?
Well, both. Let's do Whisky Bars of Scotland first.
Whisky Bars of Scotland. I don't know really. Need to see what options are out there. Obviously, the person who gets our cask for us who talks to all the distilleries is Angus. So need to see what he manages to persuade any distilleries to get up. But I think maybe a nice sherry dram this time. Like a dark sherry. They always seem to. They have a bigger following, I think, sometimes with it being indie bottlings. Personally, obviously, I'm doing the Friends of Bruichladdich thing as well. Plus, I have my own cask of 11-year-old Loch and Dol, which is sitting in the bottling hall waiting to get bottled as well.
Oh, fantastic.
For the restaurant. And then I also help organise another private bottling for James Brown, the farmer who grows the barley for Octomore Whisky. So we have the Octomore farm range as well, and we're just about to release a 16-year-old Bruichladdich and a 10-year-old Octomore. They've been bottled, we're just waiting on them getting delivered from the distillery.
Fantastic. God, you've got a fair amount on the go, haven't you?
It'll be a busy couple of weeks when they all get delivered.
That'll be a busy time in the restaurant. So you were saying, did you 12 years you've had Artisan now?
12 and a half, yeah.
My goodness. So you've seen some changes in that time?
I certainly have. Obviously, the industry's went crazy. Obviously, when we opened the restaurant about 2 years later, that's when non-age statements all started to make a hit, and obviously all the age stuff that I had took an absolute belting with people going, I don't want a non-age statement. But now it's age has got nothing to do with it. If it's a good whiskey, it's a good whiskey. And you've got a lot of the younger ones coming through now, like Bimba. Their stuff's fantastic. The Waterfords is really good as well. No age on it, but obviously just over 3 and 4 years old. If it's a good whiskey, it's a good whiskey. Age has got nothing to do with it.
Yeah. And do you think that that's over the years that has been helpful with education in places like yours and places like the Bon Accord and the Pot Still and all these different bars?
Yeah. Well, we're always trying to educate people. So it definitely does help. A lot of people they're still stuck in the old ways regarding ages of whiskies and stuff like that. I've always been a great believer. You drink your whiskey how you like it. It doesn't matter of the age, obviously, as long as it's over 3 years. Quite regularly, we used to get a customer who used to order a 30-year-old Glenfiddich with a can of Diet Coke, and you just know what he was going to do. But if that's how he enjoys his whiskey, that's how he enjoys his whiskey.
Absolutely, that's the thing. If it's in your glass.
So, and as a business, you've got to take their money as well, because it'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what you've got to do to survive. Personally, I wouldn't drink it, but I'd just have it with a wee bit of water. But if that's what makes the person happy, that's what makes them happy.
That's right. To be fair, they might be wanting something. It might be a taste that we've just never experienced before, and it might be fantastic. We don't know.
That's it.
We could try it. Next time I'm over, I'll be trying it.
I'll report back later on.
Absolutely. So what have you got coming up? Are you things steadily improving again? Like people coming back to
they're steadily improving. Still a lot, obviously, with the restrictions in the restaurants. Obviously, we've went from the actual restaurant holds 52, but we're down to 34 seats at the moment, just due to social distancing. And the snug's 28 seats, but we're down to 16. As again, so obviously we're down a third basically of what we can take. It's a bit harder going on a Friday and Saturday when it's obviously busy and you're trying to turn your tables over. But everybody's in the same boat. So we've all just got to grin and bear it, try and get on with it. We might not like it. Well, we don't like it. But if it keeps your customers safe and your staff safe, which is more important, then you've got to do what you've got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Good if there's, if it's going, that there's, while you're down that amount, that you're still going. You guys were doing different things, doing takeaway and things like that, weren't you?
Tried takeaway at the start, but there's too many takeaways in this area. You're talking on the main street alone, there's about another 15, 16 takeaways in 1 mile stretch. So there's just no point in trying to do it. We did do takeaway drams, like takeaway flights and stuff like that, which it worked well. We've done some private Zoom tastings as well with friends. We've got a small kind of Highland Park night this week on Wednesday. Where one of the guys from Edrington's coming up and just obviously social distancing, talking to individuals about their core range and some of their specials that they've got on. So looking forward to that. But basically still trying to educate people about whiskey when we can. So we'll see how it goes.
That's it. Keeping it up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we are, so as you know, we are doing this virtual whiskey show. So we are interviewing everybody to come on and chat with us. The Independent Bars of Scotland, we're speaking to some of you, not quite all of you, but some of you.
Cool.
And is there, sorry, Chanel. I'm running out. Sorry, I need to do a break so that we can cut this in. Derek, I ran out of something to say there. So, over the course of time, we're not managing to speak to everybody from the independent whiskey bars, but it's been really good having you on and getting you along to chat with us today.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you very much, and here's to you. I hope it all keeps up, the business keeps up, and we all get back to normal and get to see each other in person just shortly. So, Slange, thanks very much, Eric. Thanks very much, Derek. That was great. For all of you watching, keep your eye on our schedule where there'll be more interviews, there'll be live chats and sessions throughout the course of the week. Cheers.